when you want to 10x that and put out 10 times as many and then still have the same amount of detail, that's the hardest thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talking about that, I remember being broke, and I remember working for the city of St. Albert, cutting trees and maintaining the lawns of the city. And this was after I finished my undergrad, and I was like, my confidence, my self-esteem was just in the ground, because I was like, man, like all I wanted to do, I thought maybe graduating would give me all these job opportunities.
Yeah.
And nobody knocked. Nobody, all the resumes. I remember putting 100, 150 resumes a day. I was on Indeed just pumping out those resumes, making custom cover letters, man.
Yeah.
I had like 30, 40 different custom, cover letters. And I remember being like, man, why can't I just make videos? Why can't I just do this for a living? Like, I just do this unconsciously. Why can't I just do it?
Yeah.
And I remember being so desperate to try to move and take the next level, because I didn't have the money to buy a new camera, and I knew I had some skill, but I had a decent laptop, nothing crazy, but I needed to get to the next level, and I knew that I had to get a better camera, and I knew I had to get a better desktop. And I remember my buddy Marshall, shout out to Marshall. I remember talking to him over the phone, and I was like, man, I just want to make high-end videos and try to charge more and be better. And he's like, hey man, if you need help, like, let me know. I'll just pay it with my credit card, and you can pay me back. And I took that offer because I was desperate. My credit card limit was like $2,000 at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough money.
It
wasn't enough. And shout out to him. He helped me get my C100. And the 18 to 35 lens,
still being used to this day.
Still being used to this day, and that's what catapulted me to actually starting making professional videos.
Nice.
Not just like playing.
Yeah. You know what I take out of that is you were looking for that opportunity for so long, but you also were preparing for it just as much as searching for the opportunity. There's a lot of people that'll just seek opportunities without taking a step back and looking at themselves. Okay, I make videos, but how can I make it better? Or I do this, how can I do that better? Before or simultaneously, while looking for opportunities, you're still working on everything on the side and trying to figure out how can you take that next level up? What is it that's going to set you apart from the rest, which I think is dope. Yeah. Because if you weren't thinking along those lines, sometimes it is a scary thought too. Going $5,000 deep into something that you have no idea about.
It was scary.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I was like, man, I'm dropping $5,000 on a camera.
Yeah.
What? But I knew, because I was on shoots with Justin, and Justin Washington, shout out to him, because I remember being on shoots with him, and him just helping me figure out the video stuff, and he was already a couple years ahead with his stuff. He had a C100. Mm-hmm. He had a Sony. He had a bunch of equipment, and I had no idea. I'd never used one of these before. Yeah. I had no idea what the capabilities were. Yeah. I hardly knew what ISO was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was scary, because I was like, man, what if this investment doesn't pay off?
Yeah.
And it's again, when you're in it and you're in it really, that was my thing of okay, now I got to step it up. I have no excuse now. I got to learn this. I got to be able to take it to the next level. And I've just dropped $5,000 on this crazy camera. And I made do with that. I made do with that camera and that lens for so long.
Yeah.
And it's come clutch in so many different areas.
I think this is great, because there's so many new cameras coming out yearly. You look at, this one shoots 4K 60, this one does this and that. But if you have a camera and you know how to use it, you can still be using the same camera that you got from 4 or 5 years ago to this point.
Yeah.
Let's take a little U-turn here.
Sure.
I don't know why I thought about this, but I thought about this. I don't know. I haven't verbalized it in my head or put the thought together. But we always talk about, there's a lot of stories that we share. Honestly, I feel like I know all your problems. You know all my problems, right?
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. We're like each other's therapists.
Exactly. This is like a therapy seat. When I first came in here, I had my notepad out, waiting for you to come in. All right, Omid.
Yeah. Where are my glasses at? Where's my lab coat at?
But because you know all the stuff that I do, if you were in my position, or if you were gonna tell me how to basically take my steps forward, what would it be? See, I knew you'd like this question because this is a thinker.
This is a good question.
I do the videography, the photography editing, the website. Like, I'm trying to do the clothing. Literally all ends are on me. Where would you start? How would you progress this forward?
If I was you, I think I've told you this before. You already know this, but I've always, well, not always, but I've been very intrigued since COVID about scalability. How can you scale what you're doing in your brand, in your business? How do you do that? Because you can't do it by you doing everything.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. To support this channel, go to patreon.com/Cassius to get more videos like this and on topics such as filmmaking, creativity, and business. Thanks so much for watching.